Hello, this is the TradeSite US Stocks Futures and Forex Market Preview for the week beginning Sunday, the 26th of February 2023. Are we done with February already? Yeah, we are. Ending March 3rd, 2023. Let's take a look at everything and get rolling for the week. Here's the dollar index daily chart. Obviously, the dollar's been coming back and on the rise over the last couple of weeks, and that's great. Here's the pound dollar, which hasn't declined. It's usually the inverse of the dollar a little bit. Hasn't declined as much, and it's heading back towards that red stack trend line at 1.1840. We'll see if we get there. Meanwhile, the euro dollar is the inverse of the dollar index. We're going to be 9 candles down at this point. If I go to projection mode, probably no, not quite, but we'll be 9 candles down. It is what it is. Here's the pound yen. Hasn't really done much at this point. ES front month futures contract. This is the daily chart of the broad market in futures form. And as you can see, pretty much exactly in the middle of the last 8 months. We show about 8 months in this chart, right? And exactly in the middle of it. We did come down this last week or so. We got that 13 sell signal a while back, and that's kind of been it. So the target would be 36.2150 on the ES, but we'll see if that gets there. There's the S&P Cash Index. So it's the ES, but in the cash form, and it's, again, a little different. We hit the, exactly hit, look at that, the 39.49 number on Friday, and that's the standard trend line of the current move. So, that technically filled. Here's the NASDAQ 100. Also coming back down this last week, lost about 600, 700 points. But still kind of mid-range for the last 8 months, right? Nothing super spectacular here. The Russell 2000 hanging near the highs of the last 6 months, or the top half of the range is what I would say. Crude oil at 76.05, currently gold back down. This thing had started to rise, and it's back to 1815.70. Here's a look at Bitcoin, 23,500 pretty much at this point. TLT, the 20-year bond ETF, didn't do anything at all this week. Dead flat right on that static trend line. There's nothing to talk about there. The VIX closes at 2167. It's been back up off the lows, obviously, because when it gets into the teens right now, that seems to be a non-starting point. The advanced decline ratio on the net New York on Friday was negative 1291. The trend sits both the close basically and the 10-day moving average around 1. Again, under 10-day moving average under 0.85, which is the blue line. It's typically a sell signal on the market. We're not there yet. Here's a look at the intra-week action on the ES. And remember, we had the Monday holiday for President's Day, so not a full week. But we did, gap down Tuesday, head a little bit lower. Wednesday, pretty flat. Thursday, really flat. Friday, gap down, then flat. I mean, this was not an exciting week. This is not the type of week where you go, oh, I should make a bunch of money, right? I mean, it's just, if you look at the opportunities, we're not there. We did close a little bit lower for the week, and that could make us money sometimes. Doesn't matter if it's up or down. But the intraday action was not exciting. Here's the NASDAQ 100. Again, look at Wednesday and Friday in particular, just so flat. Thursday was a little bit more range, but back and forth. Tuesday, whatever, and Monday was the holiday, so we can't bank our lives on what's going on there. Apple closed down for the week. Amazon closed down for the week. Meta closed down for the week. Google closed down for the week. Goldman Sachs, not as bad, kind of flat, but a little bit down for the week, but still holding up a little bit better than some of the others. That 13 sell signal, by the way, on Goldman Sachs is what it is. I mean, it's near the high, right? Netflix down for the week. Tesla down for the week, didn't quite get to the 13 sell signal. Nvidia also down for the week, and Zoom dead flat for the whole week. So not a lot of excitement from that perspective. What we have this week in terms of economic data, nothing on Sunday to matter around the world. Let's look at the U.S. stuff. Durable goods at 6:30 a.m. on Monday. Pending home sales at 8 a.m. That's not right. I'm looking at the wrong time zone for some reason. I'm guessing that's 8 a.m. Arizona time, 10 a.m. Eastern time. So that's right. We're 2 hours ahead. Okay, that's good. Weird that it's showing that, but that's fine. We got the housing price index on Tuesday. Goods trade balance on Tuesday Those are at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time and 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Chicago PMI at 9:45 a.m. Eastern Time. Consumer confidence at 10 a.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday. There's a Fed member speaking. You get to Wednesday, you've got a lot of data overnight. The manufacturing PMI numbers out of Europe, and then the same thing here in the U.S. At 9:45 a.m. Eastern Time. Construction spending, ISM manufacturing prices at 10 a.m. here in the U.S. Crude oil inventories at 10:30. Let's look at Thursday. A lot of European data, but none of it very important. There's a CPI number out there. We've got the unemployment claims, the weekly initial and continuing jobs claims numbers at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time on Thursday. Non-farm productivity at the same time. That's it here in the U.S. And then on Friday, there's no data until 9:45. Final services PMI, 10 a.m. ISM services PMI. It's a light week. None of our big stuff comes out this week, so we're not gonna focus on that or deal with any of it. It's just data when it comes out, and nothing's gonna really stop us from trading full size in the forex market, which is usually where we adjust that. Charts as usual brought to you by NinjaTrader. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple of weeks. This doesn't look exciting. I don't see any major signals to worry about, but we'll see what happens. Have a great trading week.